welcome back to Wizard's Workshop. So if you've been paying attention, this is not the new year, but I'm going to say Happy New Year because you all think it is, and so Happy New Year. New Year will be in March because that's when the new year starts. Deal with it. But because we've all conformed, this is New Year's. We celebrate in the winter. I'm good with winter celebrations because it's dark, it's nasty, and we all got to be happy. So Happy New Year to you. What do I think is going to happen? I don't know. The system that we rely upon is falling apart. It's going to be between us, you, me, ourselves, to do what needs to be done. Now, what I think that means, you garden, you get your shit together, you plant plants that make food where you're at, because you need food. You find yourself in a situation where you don't rely on anybody else. You're not paying rent. You're probably going to pay electricity until you get solar panels and a wind generator. And that's going to bring in electricity. Now, we use the internet, that's a bill. You got to find a way to pay your bills. If it's a job, that's fine. But as we've seen the last couple of years, jobs are changing. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we're going to have to change how we work, what we do to make the money, to pay the bills for the things that we need. Well, one, don't need so much. Need less. That's the optimal. Need less. Want less things. You're going to need things, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't believe in this utopia where you own nothing and you're going to be happy with that crap. You're not. You need tools. You need tools to make your life successful. What that means for tools, for my example, I need a tiller. I need a lawnmower. I need a cart. I need trees. I need shovels. I need pitchforks. I need tools. I need internet. That's a tool because I want to communicate with you what it is I'm doing so that you can see what I'm doing so that you can say, hey, that's a good idea, and have that be reinforced with your notions. That's a tool. I need internet because as I write, and I write books, and I write courses, that you are going to be able to access that. And I'm going to be able to present that. So I need to pay for that. That's a tool. Tools need to be bought. Well, I ask you, hey, you buy from me the courses, the classes, the hypnotic audios that help you, and when they help you, you're going to be better. And so it's a win-win. I help you, you help me, you buy me tools, I give you tools. In the end, we all have the tools necessary to make our lives better. It's a system that's different than what we've been doing because what we've been doing has failed us. Well, it's a lie. It hasn't failed us, but it didn't do us any good. It just gave to a bunch of people who already had money. For instance, as a massage therapist, I worked at the airport. I worked for a company. That company was owned. It was owned by people who wanted to make money. They made more money by owning that company. I didn't make all of my money. A percentage of what I made went to them. And they bought products and they bought other stores, and they did pretty good. I mean, it was a good job. I'll give them that. They did well. But obviously, they failed. When they caved, well, everybody caved, so I'm not going to blame them. When the Rona hit, everybody caved to this notion that we had to pull back because of virus. This virus was going to kill us all. And it didn't. It didn't kill us all. And it's still not killing us all. What's killing us is something else. It's the solution. The solution to the virus is what's killing us. And that's a messed up situation. Don't think that their solution is the right solution, because it's not. This is 2022. 2022. We are in another century, another year of another century, the 22nd year of a new century. Don't fall for bullshit anymore. We gotta be too old for that shit. We gotta move beyond it and grow and learn that we need to sustain ourselves. You know, we need to share and grow our own existence. We need to utilize this planet as individuals. And if each of us did that as individuals, then we would be doing it as a whole, as a group of people. We're not doing that as a group of people because we've been told something else. We've been told to conglomerate into cities and then to pay rent and to rent cars and to take out mortgages and to take out loans and to get jobs where a job could take us out just like that. That is not the way. We are relying on so many other people to make sure that we survive. We need to make sure that we survive. We need to put our feet into our dirt. And we need to make sure that that dirt grows us food and us a living. There's no other way. That's the future. That's the direction we're going in. If you haven't caught on to that yet, then you're on the wrong page. Because there is no other solution to our problems. Our problems are systemic. But no government and no debts and no taxes is ever going to fix it. What's going to fix it is that the individuals who have access to land, and I'm talking to you, get access to land. Find a way. If you find a way, if you have the opportunity, snatch it, grab it, take it. Take the opportunity upon yourself to then have access to land. With property, you own that property and it's yours and you can do with it what you want. And you need to grow food. You need to make sure that that land produces you an income. That's it. That is the only solution. If you can imagine this whole idea of global warming, global climate change, global cooling, whatever it is called the next day, I have to assume that it's possible that the climate is changing. But see, for me, I see the great big fiery ball in the sky and I think, that is the biggest mediator of climate change that we have. Humans aren't it. We produce trash. That's a huge problem. We need to fix our trash problem. Now, ironically, if we fixed our trash problem and that was the cause of the climate change, we would fix climate change. But if climate change is the sun, there is not one thing that you or I can do to affect climate change. But with dirt, with land, with access to soil, you can survive whatever happens when the sun changes and the shifting of the planet occurs. Now think about that. Now, if there's an ice age and the northern hemisphere freezes over again, we're all pretty much screwed. Don't worry about it. Que sera, sera. If it warms up, well, that means we can grow more tropical crops. So utilizing that to our advantage is fantastic. If it gets just colder, well, then you learn that you have to change what you grow to a different zone of what it is that you grow. Where you live matters. Now, don't assume that the climate is going to change. Assume that politics, that our way of dealing with the world, our economics, all of that is going to change. And if it does, then it's going to change everything in how we do what we do. And that means that we have to be on top of that. We have to be self-reliant. Because if the economy fails tomorrow, if you have food, you're going to be able to survive it. It's not going to be easy, but this is reality, people. This isn't some make-believe TV show where everything just works out in the end. Think about history. We have had civilizations rise up and fall. We have had areas where people sustain themselves over hundreds, if not thousands of years, and the climate changed. And they wiped them out. It wiped them out. We don't know what happened to them. They were just gone. Did they move? Probably. Did they die? Most likely. That's life. Deal with it. Suck it up. But guess what? Right now, we have to figure out our stuff. Stand your ground. Find a place, plant your seeds, stand your ground. Whatever happens, happens. There's not a thing you can do about it. Right? If you stopped producing waste and climate continued to change because of the sun or because we had gone too far, we would be in the same place regardless. And so all you can do is prepare. Plant your seeds. Grow your food. Plant fruit trees, plant vegetable seeds, plant perennials, plant heirlooms, plant things that you can grow over and over and over again. Plant the resources that you are going to need tomorrow. Plant them today. Even if this is just a thought in your head, plant the seeds. Tell yourself, write it down, what it is you want to do. I'll tell you, decades ago, I had this idea. What would I do with land? Well, if I had land, I would plant seeds. And I rented houses, and I had a little bit of dirt. And I planted those seeds, and I filled that little bit of dirt with so many plants. There were trails, pathways to get through them. And I had an abundance of food. And my neighbors grew lawns. They had nothing. But I had food and I had medicine that I grew myself on little bitty parcels of land. And I was a renter. If you own land, if you own any bit of soil, you need to grow your own food, period. If you rent, do it anyway. Grow food on that little bitty spot of land. And if your landlord says, oh no, I want you to grow lawn, tell them that the world is changing and that we need to be sustainable. Because that is the answer. If you manage a city, you need to be ashamed of yourself if that city is not producing food. Every street corner that is abandoned, every plot of dirt, every area that the city owns and manages needs to be growing food. Food. Think about that. If you are not growing food in your cities, you are mismanaging your city, and you should be hung for mismanaging that city. You should be ashamed of yourself. We all live here. And the thing we need the most, that we use the most, is food. Everywhere should be food. Everywhere you look. And any waste just gets composted. We compost that food. We turn it back into soil. And we turn that soil back into food. Find people who know what the hell that they're doing and give them jobs in your cities. Stop failing us. Get it through your head. If you have any inkling and you say global climate change is a problem and we need to blah, 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 and you as a city manager don't grow food in your city, you have failed. Stop failing. Grow food in your cities. If you are mayors, if you are have any involvement in your city, you need to make sure that your city is providing food. That food could be for your jails, your schools, your homeless. It could be for anybody walking by. It's not up to you to figure out who gets it. It's for you to figure out how to make sure it happens. Stop trying to tax people. Stop trying to make it about other things. Grow food. You can tell. It matters. It matters to me. It should matter to you. Why doesn't it matter to you? If you've watched a little bit of this, it needs to matter to you. Change the world. Change your world. Change my world. Just grow food. If it's just for you, fantastic. It takes you out of the system and you are taken care of. You are provided for. You are safe. You are protected. Now imagine taking that a step farther, another layer where you can take that food and offer it to others, and either for free or otherwise, offer it to other people. Make money off of it or don't. I don't care. But we need to have an abundance. Especially, I live here in the United States. There is so much food potential from the land available that we need to start shaming those people who don't grow food on their property. There's no other out. There's no other way. This is the conversation to be had. I don't know what else to say about it. So I'm done. All right. I love you. Be good. Be good to the planet. Be good to each other. All right? All right.